Hey everybody, welcome back to Card Curiosity, where we try to find the best possible ways to make a good return on your investment in the sports card world. And we're coming at you today with another Rip It or Skip It video where we break down a new release and try to decide if it's something that we should spend our hard-earned dollars on. And today we are going to look at one of my favorites every year. It is Topps Chrome Cosmic Edition for baseball. There will be some for football later on, I would imagine, but up until now it's only been baseball in terms of what we have cared about. And so that's coming out tomorrow. I'm recording this on Monday, and it's coming out the 11th at noon. And so I want to get this out so you can kind of see what to expect. The one potential downside, as you'll see here, is we are missing a full checklist. But before we jump in, let me remind you of the criteria we use to analyze these things. First is the price. We want to make sure that we can afford this product and that you're going to get something good for what you pay. Number two is the checklist. We need to make sure that all the best players are in it and it's not too watered down. Three, we want to look at the grading potential, because the absolute best way to profit or at least break even and get some of your money back is by sending your cards to PSA and getting them graded. And so we got to make sure these can come back as a 10. And then finally, we look at the desirability and whether or not these are cards that people will want. Are they going to be in high demand in a few years, or do people kind of forget about them and don't care quite so much? So let's jump in first of all and look at the price. So I'm on the Topps website. It doesn't say what the price is here, and they don't have a ton of like images and stuff, honestly. They've got different cards, so you can see what the super refractor here of Scooble is going to look like, an autograph here of Lindor, which is pretty cool, and they have some of my favorite short prints in the entire baseball universe in the planetary pursuits, and so I'm excited to see who gets a card there. But price-wise, Topps has dropped their weekly Monday tweet here where they tell us what is coming out, and sometimes they tell us what the price is going to be. In this case, they did. So we're looking at $330 per box, and I believe that is up from last year. I think last year was maybe $289, if I'm remembering correctly. But the price, of course, went up quite a bit. Last year's checklist was better in terms of rookies. And this year, I think we're still going to have all the big names, most likely. But from a price standpoint, $330 is a good chunk of change, especially when you are not guaranteed an autograph every box. This should be something that you get 4 autographs per case, or 1 in every 3 boxes. So at $330 for not even a guaranteed autograph, that to me is kind of a bummer. It's just, $330 is a lot either way, but without a guaranteed hit, that's tough. So we're going to give this a 2 out of 5. It is, it's less than $500, but it's still not great in terms of pricing. And just so you have an idea what this looks like for last year's, last year they came out below $300, and these have been selling for $800 or even more on eBay. And so price of Cosmic tends to go up over time. It's not as highly printed as some of the other sets, although it's definitely going to be higher than last year. They're starting to print it a little bit more, but it's hard to find. It's hard to get. There's a good chance that you could buy these boxes and sit on them, and they will go up in price for sure. So next, we're going to look at the checklist. And like I said, Topps, this is going to be a pre-order where they haven't even told us what the players who are going to be in here are, but we have a good guess. And previously it's been 200 players. It will likely be 200 cards again and have all the big names. Again, you can see some of the cards, what they look like, and as you normally expect here, you'd see a list of all the players. We don't have that yet. You should expect 1 nucleus refractor, which those are pretty cool. Those come 1 per box. And so let's flip to last year just so you can kind of see. We had 200 base cards last year. You're going to get all the big players and then, some lower end rookies and no names for sure. So a lot of the guys on here are probably going to be repeats along with the new rookie class. I like that the parallels are not, there's not 40 different colors that you're going to find. The first numbered card comes in the aqua at 199 and then all the way down to super refractor there. Autograph wise, last year we had 49 autographs on the base chrome cards, which I think is a good number. You're going to have a lot of big names, and the autograph side there. Also some that maybe you don't necessarily want to hit. J-Ram, one of our favorites, was in it last year. He will most likely be in it as well. And hopefully, I mean, this is the key. We need Shohei in here. We need Yamamoto in here. We need Nick Kurtz, James Wood. They'll all be in here, I'm sure. And then if we could get I don't see Aaron Judge on here, but if you got Judge, Shohei, and all the other superstars here signing, that's going to be pretty good. But I'm not counting on, again, just being able to get that autograph is tough. And so I'm going to give the checklist a 2 out of 5. 200 players is a little much for me. I wish it was 150 or less. And also not guaranteeing that autograph, I have to just say the checklist is a 2 and instead of a 3 or 4 in that case. So 2 out of 5 on the checklist. And let's jump to grading potential. These cards last year, they didn't grade quite as well as many people would have thought. I know I had some success with the Planetary Pursuits. Those graded very well. And so we did a lot of buying and grading of Planetary Pursuit short prints, mostly of Ellie and Jackson Churio, Paul Skeens, guys like that. And so that's probably something that we will try to do again this year is wait a couple weeks, buy up these Planetary Pursuits and get them graded. Base-wise, you're probably looking around a 50% gem rate. Autographs were about 40, and so it's really not great. It's kind of middle of the road, and so you're going to have to be careful if you grade these things. They're going to be scratched up a little bit. If you look closely at some of the autographs, especially the base autographs, they might have some print lines and things like that. So we're going to give the grading potential a 3 out of 5 here. And, it's not too bad, but it's not great either. We're really hoping to see all of these more in the 60% range or higher. So maybe this year, Topps figures out a way to improve that. Finally, let's look at the desirability and whether these cards are ones that people are going to want down the road. And I'm going to make an argument that they are. Obviously, we have the Paul Skeens. I'm going to use Skeens as an example. He's the biggest player from last year, rookie-wise. His Bowman First, that's always going to be the card, right? Nothing's going to top that. So the Bowman First is a 5 out of 5. It always is. So PSA 10, Bowman First is at $200. So what about after that? Well, a lot of the other big names that people look at is Topps Heritage, and that's a paper card. That's going for around $80. The Cosmic right here at $115. That's pretty good. That's pretty strong, honestly. And then Topps Chrome, which is kind of the one that's super highly printed and everybody wants, is only at $57. So you could say because of the lower print run, things like that, that could be part of the reason why this is up there. But I also think a lot of people like the way that these cards look. They're nice, they're shiny, they're fancy, and so even a base card of a good player can hold that $100 mark if they continue to perform. So I bet Nick Kurtz, if you get Nick Kurtz rookies here, I mean, I'd grade just about everything that you possibly could from Nick Kurtz in the Cosmic set. He is right up there with Skeens in terms of popularity and how well he did this year. And so Kurtz is going to be a big one. Jacob Wilson, potentially. James Wood. Maybe even Shohei. Probably, even though Shohei's not going to have it's not going to be a rookie card. And anything Shohei related is just going crazy right now. So I think Cosmic is basically, it's going to be a notch right below Bowman Chrome. And if you look at any of a player's rookie cards, I think Cosmic rookies in a PSA 10 are going to be pretty desirable. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. And so if you add up all our scores, we got a price is going to be 2, checklist 2, grading potential 3, and desirability 4. That gives us 11 out of 20, and not a great score. And if I'm being honest, this is going to be more of a rip one for fun kind of thing. And the checklist, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to make money on this if you're not trying to buy and flip the boxes. Now, I think there's a great opportunity to try and grab some boxes and sell them in a few months or a few years for double what you paid, maybe even more. Like I said, these are going to be some of the more fun rips that people want to do, and the price should go up because the print run isn't going to be quite as high as usual. So from an investment standpoint, I got to say skip it. Otherwise, if you're planning to flip, then I'd say go try and grab some. These should go for probably $500 or $600 on eBay right after the pre-order. That would be my guess, or at least somewhere in the $400 to $500 range. So we're going to try and get our hands on some. It's one of the most fun rips that we do every year. And so we're hoping to snag a few boxes. And yeah, let us know what you think, if you plan to get any, and if you have any success on the Topps website. It has been a little sketchy here lately, but maybe tomorrow they will work the way that they're supposed to. So again, here's the drop, November 11th, 12 o'clock Eastern. Hope to see you there, and let me know if you get it. Until next time, stay curious.